It can be hard when you know music theory to remember what it was like to not know music theory. And I want to tell you that if you don't know music theory at all, like if you don't know the difference between a major chord or a minor chord, or the construction of a major scale compared to a minor scale, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So stay with me. I'm going to play the major scale, and I'm going to explain first of all the difference between a whole step and a half step. So on the piano, a whole step is a note that has another note in between it. Half step is a note that has no note in between it. Okay? So the major scale, you just remember whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That is the pattern. So whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So you can start on any note, and if you follow the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half pattern, it'll work. So same pattern, just a different starting note. That's an F sharp major scale. A triad is 3 notes, and you're skipping 1 scale degree in between. So the scale degrees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We're going to use numbers the whole time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. No, if you're making a triad, you're basically skipping 1 scale degree in between. 1, 3, 5 is your 1 chord. 2, 4, 6. 3, 5, 7. 4, 6, 1. 5, 7, 2. 6, 1, 3. 7, 2, 4. And back to 1, 3, 5. Now you might notice that the chords have different personalities to them. So there are the major chords. 1, 4, and 5 are the major chords. The major chord structure is you've got that much distance. That's a major third. That's the interval. That's an interval of a major third on the bottom, and 1 less half step in the middle. That's a minor third. So a major triad has a major third on the bottom and a minor third on the top. Every triad, you call the bottom note the root, the middle note the third, and the top note the fifth. Now, it just so happens that those are the 1, the 3, and the 5 of the scale. But even if I go up to a 2 chord or a 3 chord or a 4 chord, the root is still the 1 of that chord. The middle note is still the 3 of that chord, and the top note is still the 5 of that chord. So that's a major triad. Now, I'm going to keep it in the same spot, but I'm going to show you. We just go down 1 half step in that middle note to make it a minor triad. Major, minor. So the minor has a minor third interval on the bottom and a major third interval on the top. This is brighter, this is darker. Okay, let me explain one more chord structure to you, which is diminished. So minor, you're taking the third of the chord and you're going down a half step. Diminished, you're taking the fifth of the chord and you're going down a half step. So that's diminished. That diminished is a minor third and a minor third, okay? So this is where they end up. So the 1 chord is major. The 2 chord is minor. 3 chord is minor. 4 chord is major. 5 chord is major. 6 chord is minor. 7 chord is minor. 1 chord is major again. Should we go to the minor key, the minor scale? So just like whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, the minor is whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. That's the pattern you remember for the minor scale. We've taken the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th scale degrees, and we've lowered them a half step. And that is how you make a major scale into a minor scale. So now the 1 chord is minor now, right? 2 chord is diminished. The 3 chord starts a half step lower, but it's major. 4 chord is minor. 5 chord is minor. 6 chord is minor. 7 chord is minor. Those two both start in a half step lower, and then back to minor 1. Now, in another video, I'm going to explain the relationships between the chords and how you can move between them. I hope that was helpful. If you still have any questions, you need me to break something down to an even more basic explanation, I am happy to do that. So please post a comment and ask your questions.